HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Good evening and welcome to The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Andrew Knowles, in for Charisma Robinson, who is off. It's great to have you in our company. Topping the news this evening, the effectiveness of the electronic monitoring bracelet system has been questioned in recent months following a number of perceived deficiencies. Back in July, the badly decomposed body of a man was found in bushes near the South Beach Canal who was supposed to be on the monitoring system that's currently being managed by ICS Security Concepts. This, as well as a number of other instances, have renewed government's concern over the program, introduced under the former Ingram administration as a major initiative to curb crimes committed by people on bail. However, National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage has repeatedly criticized the program, which is currently being run by an independent company. He believes the police force would be better suited to manage the monitoring program.
The Commissioner and I have discussed this, and he has given an undertaking to enable a small unit to be formed so that they can participate in the monitoring. It's not happening yet. I had a meeting today with the company that we have the electronic monitoring contract with. They indicated to us some of the challenges that such a system would provide. But I think that we have the capacity to get over those challenges, and so whenever the Commissioner has his unit ready, I think we'll give a trial of, the police may not be monitoring it exclusively, but they'll be participating in the monitoring along with the current monitoring team.
A 3-year, $2.7 million contract was signed in 2010 with ICS Security Concepts to outfit people with ankle bracelets. That contract ends in November and possibly won't be renewed as government has expressed its dissatisfaction with the program. Minister Nottage told ZNS News that already a number of companies have submitted proposals for monitoring services.
We'll have to make a determination as to whether we continue with the present contractor or whether we allow others to bid on a new proposal. I think that having the experiences that we have with the current operator, it enables us to know what the shortfalls are, what the defects are, so that when the new request for proposals is put forward, we can define more precisely what we think or what we have learned are the things that we need to have in the contract to make the system work more efficiently.
2 men, ages 22 and 18, along with 2 teenage females, ages 18 and 17, were arrested early this morning after they were found in possession of a firearm and ammunition. The arrest took place around 12:30 this morning on Balfour Avenue when Mobile Division officers searched the Honda Inspire the group was driving in. Following the search, the 4 suspects were detained and taken into police custody for questioning, where they remain tonight. Meantime, Cuban protest groups in Miami could turn up the heat again with another round of demonstrations. This time, the group plans to take their plight to airlines flying to the Bahamas. The group is pressuring the government to release its report on the investigations into the alleged abuse of Cuban detainees at the Carmichael Road Detention Center. They also continue to press for government to investigate claims of sexual harassment of women at the center. Head of the Democracy Movement, Ramon Sanchez, told ZNS News the group does not intend to let up until the report is made public and justice is served.
Protesting near the airlines that go to Bahamas, or protesting near the cruise liners and other places, it's always an option that we consider. But again, those are options that we would like not to use so long as we see a will on the side of the government. We haven't seen that. I mean, we have seen indicators, but sometimes those indicators look like they're being forced out of them by the pressure, public opinion, by the media, by our protests, and so forth.
Now, Sanchez gave no indication as to when these protests would happen. Meantime, government is expected to release that report very soon. We are now just 10 months away from its proposed implementation date, and the government is pushing ahead with its value-added tax system. Minister of State for Finance Michael Halkitis says that legislation is nearly complete as government is in the final stages of its preparation. He expects both the legislation and regulations to be released for public consultation soon, a process he believes will be comprehensive.
There will be a very, very thorough and intense public consultation process, public education process. We hear the questions that are being asked. When we unveil our public education program, it's going to be very comprehensive, using all the media, print, electronic, social, all of it, to make sure that the Bahamian people understand exactly what is happening when we implement the VAT on July 1st, 2014. So we've had some meetings already with industry groups. We've gotten feedback from them. We've gotten written submissions. We've been able to incorporate some of that into the regulations. The Financial Secretary was recently in Grand Bahama speaking to the business community there, getting feedback from them. And so we're well advanced. There's going to be a lot of work to be done within the next 10 months, but we are confident that we will be able to meet our implementation deadline on the 1st of July.
Meantime, Mr. Halkitis says the real property tax amnesty period has been extremely successful. The program, which granted incentives and waivers, took effect March 1st and expired on August 5th. The focus was to encourage self-registration of properties above $250,000, and as a reward, those homeowners who are current on their payments were to receive a 5% rebate from the government, provided they remain current with their payments over 3 years.
When we reconvene Parliament on the 2nd, I will make a communication at that time. I'll give a full report. We're still compiling the numbers. But from what at this point, we've had about just under 1,000 new properties come forward to voluntarily register. Those are persons who had not previously been registered in the system. And we have collected overall in the amnesty program in excess of $21 million. Like I said, what they're doing now is, because the response was so great and the numbers were so large, that the officials are putting together the final figures, and when we reconvene in Parliament, if not before, I'll be able to share with you the complete figures.
As the mega Bahamar development takes shape for its grand opening next fall, officials say the resort will course for some fierce competition in the hotel industry. However, officials at the Atlantis Resort insist they are ready to compete. President and Managing Director George Marcantonez says both properties may be looking to attract a different type of visitor, but he feels more hotel options would keep the country on the cutting edge. He maintains, though, that he's not concerned with the $3.5 billion development.
I'm not sure that Bahamar will be a competitor. Perhaps we will be colleagues in the same tourism framework. In the end, we need them to be successful, and they need us to be successful. And the country needs both of us to be successful. So I'm sure that we will be able to work together with them on a variety of projects. I'm not convinced that we are going after the same customers. And at the same time, one has to notice from what we do know that I'm not sure we have similar amenities. And that's good for Nassau. It's good for the Bahamas. It's good to have some differentiators, because that'll bring people back to the country.
Coming up, breast cancer survivors tell all, and one of their stories may just surprise you. The Weekend Edition continues in a moment.